What's up, YouTube? We're back at the sawmill today, and we're going to be cutting up more pine. Always cutting pine. So if you watched that last video, we had to cut up 30 1x6x16s, and that same customer, he ordered some more, 30 more actually, the same thing. I guess he's building some fences. So now we got to find a log and that's at least 16 foot long and get it on the mill. We got these big logs right here. I know all those are roughly 20 foot long, so we're gonna find one that's a good size anyway on the ends, and hopefully we can get all 30 out of one log. I don't know if we can, if we have one big enough like the last log we did, and got 32 out of it, I think it was. But we're gonna see what we got here. We'll start with that one. All right, so we got our logs. Got at least two of there. It's pretty straight with no knots in them, and they're both 17 foot long, so they're perfect. And first of all, we gotta get this mill cleaned off because we got a lot of sawdust and things on it. So I'm gonna grab my blower and blow this sawdust off real quick. Well, I got that mostly cleaned off. I think some compressed air will probably work better, but I don't have a compressor in the truck, so the leaf blower will have to work. Let's get them logs. All right, we got that log on there. I'm gonna knock some of this bark off, but first I gotta trim this edge up a little bit. I'm gonna cut off about 6 inches because this is the butt cut, so it's got a little wedge in it. First of all, I'm gonna jack it up with my jack, cut it off, and we're gonna slide it forward. That should be good. Heavy. this over and make sure we clear the log. enough clearance. I don't know what that was. And we just made it. That was our goal there. I really need an extension. And we got that much clearance on the front. Chickens are already eating up the bugs. Well, they love this tree bark. My first cut come out real nice. Man, these chickens are loving this bark. Check this out. They're just tearing it up. All the bugs inside of the wood. They peel this bark off, they come running. This one didn't have as many as most of them do. Some of them have worms in them, like rubworms or whatever they are, or some kind of larva. But they love them things. They'll tear them up. Well, that's my first cut off of here, other than the slab there. This one will go back on the mill, and we'll at least get one good 1x6x16 out of that. We got it flipped. This thing is nasty. Wish I could clean all the dirt off this thing too. A pressure washer would be nice, but we don't have one right now down here. So we do it when we can. We got it flipped over. Now we're gonna level the side out, make sure it's 90 degrees, and we're gonna continue cutting. I got my trusty level out now. We're gonna level this thing up. We're gonna make sure it's 90 degrees with the bunks. All right, we got that one corner squared off. It's looking pretty good. I don't think we're gonna get all of our boards out of it because I only have about 10 inches across the top here and less than 12 inches going that way. So this is probably gonna take 2 logs. I know it is actually. No way around it. So we're gonna go ahead and flip this thing on over and start cutting some more. And that's cabbage right there. He's got the weird cone on his head. His dad was the same way, kind of deformed, I guess. It runs in the family. Well, I got it cut up into an 11" by 6". So we're gonna flip this thing up and start cutting our 1x6s. We got quite a bit of 1x10s or 1x11s right here. I'm gonna have to throw them back on there and split them down to 6 inches. This is some nice looking lumber. Sucks we couldn't double this thing up and cut 2 sets at a time, but it is what it is. I'll probably get about 17, maybe 18 out of this thing, and then we'll have to drag one of those other logs up here and start cutting on it. Chicken, going for a ride. We got all those cut. We're about to stack them up here, and then we're going to get a little log over here and start cutting on that thing. So we got 18 1x6s out of that one. Not too bad, but I wish we'd have got all 30 out of the one log. It just wasn't big enough, so it didn't make the cut. But we're about to load another one on here. I get rid of these scraps and these chickens and grab my other log, and I'll get it on the mill. We probably won't record the other log sawing it, just for time circumstances, but I'll show you what we got at the end. And I tell you, them chickens love that bark. I tore that stuff off and they are tearing it up. That one actually had the little larvae and stuff in it, so they're having a ball right now. They're eating it up. Look at them go. That's what they're here for. Dad making some eggs and meat. All right, so I got that loaded on. She's a little crooked. Got a few knots in it, but I'm sure I can get some pretty good wood right out of the center. I'm just gonna square it up real good. All I need is 4 more of those boards, and we should be good. Yeah, you can see it's got quite a few knots in it, but that's okay. It'll make some lumber. And I probably won't record all this. I may do a time lapse, I don't know yet. We'll see. I guess you'll see. But I will show you at the end what we got out of it. All right, I was gonna record the other tree I put on, but the battery died, so I wasn't able to. And boy, was it the most crookedest tree I've ever put on a mill, I think. But we got our boards out of it. I actually got like, I think it was 18 boards out of that thing, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. But let me show you what I got. There's a stack. As it sits, we got 33 on there. The ones on top have a few knots in it. That last board was super knotty. But I got some really nice ones in the center, and I just threw a few extras on here. But they got knots on them, but you can probably use them somewhere. And there's all our scraps. And there. So I got some stickers out of that stuff. I did have to take a few of these boards and put them on and turn them up sideways and trim those down. But we got our wood, we got our lumber, and that'll do it for the day. The customer will come pick it up tomorrow, so on to the next job. All right, that's gonna do it for today. We appreciate y'all coming and watching. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.